You would be hard-pressed to find a more emotional battle than the one that took place in Empire Strikes Back between Darth Vader and his son Luke Skywalker. It is obvious from the start that Vader is just toying with his son and slowly pushing him into joining his agenda of overthrowing the Emperor from his throne so that they could rule the galaxy as father and son. In the end, Vader underestimated the teachings of Obi-Wan and Yoda, as Luke was already prepared of what was to come, and he showed this when he refused to join his father as he fell from a great distance, not knowing if he would survive the fall, just so that he wouldn't succumb to the dark side of the Force. After the battle, it is Leia who comes to the rescue of young Skywalker as he gets healed and gets a robotic arm in the process. In the aftermath of all this, Luke Skywalker was stationed at a base on Golroth, where he continued to support the Rebel Alliance and went on several missions. On one particular mission, he found an Imperial ship. When he entered, he found the entire crew dead. He suspected a mysterious Crimson Stone to be the cause of their deaths as Luke returned to Golroth. Upon arriving though, he was already infected with this disease, and not long after he was lying in a coma and his eyes became red. This disease Luke had contracted came from a Crimson Stone, and it was known as the Crimson Forever. It was caused when the two stones from the Red Nebula were separated, and the only way to cure the disease was to bring them back together. Leia urgently called for Lando and Chewbacca to bring the Millennium Falcon so that they would search for the other stone wherever it is, just so that they could save Luke. Luke's infection was actually a trap from Domina Togg. Her brother was murdered prior to all this, and Vader had told her that Skywalker was responsible. While Domina was preparing the trap for young Luke Skywalker, she was boarded by Imperials. This made her plans harder as she threw a canister with one of the stones in it, and they all died as a result, which in turn led to Luke finding the Imperials dead and getting infected as well. Leia and Lando were eventually captured by Domina's thugs, but they somehow managed to escape, and after a confrontation with them, one of the crew unleashed the stone and Domina Tagg was about to get infected. Leia and Lando were sealed off from Domina as she begged to be released before she was infected. They struck up a deal that she would safely hand over the stone to Leia in return for a ship where Domina could escape. Everything went well after that as they returned with the stone, reuniting the two stones, and Luke was cured of this horrible infection. After his recovery, they loaded the crystals in an abandoned Imperial ship and sent it straight into the nearest sun so that the stones would be destroyed forever, and Luke Skywalker was happy that he could now return to serving the Rebel Alliance. Alright guys, so that is it for today. Thank you so much for watching this video, and if you liked it, don't forget to leave a thumbs up down below and leave your comments on your thoughts about this video as well. Thank you again for joining me today. Have a fun day, and in closing, don't forget, may the Force be with you always.